Welcome back to my channel. Today we're talking about my makeup essentials when I'm traveling. So if you want to see what will I bring when I travel, then keep on watching. Also, I'm back at my room, my makeup room. I have to say I'm so happy to be back here. I switched the cats outside because let's keep that real. They were just like, we just had some litter boxes here, so they are now in the floor and I can have back my studio. I know, that is so amazing, at least for me. So, and because of course I don't want it to have like a boring travel video about what makeup I am bringing or what is in my makeup bag, I thought this would be a great idea to just put it on with you together and see what I will bring when I'm traveling. And yes, I am traveling. Depending on when you see this, maybe I am already back or I am at the moment in Munich where I need to travel for work. So just so you know, this is all the stuff I will be bringing when I'm traveling. And this one is my little companion. Yes. He will not be brought when we travel. Or I travel, to be honest. He's a little bit like, Mama, let me go. I'm so sorry, baby. I'm so sorry. Let's get into this. Let's start with the products I always start with, which is funny. It is always brows. I'm starting when I'm doing my makeup, even though I should maybe start with foundation or anything like this. I will bring these two brow products. No brow powder, even though normally if I'm home, I will use a brow powder, but let's keep that real. I don't want to shadow it again for the third time. So I will bring my NYX Thick It Stick It Thickening Brow Mascara, as well as my NYX Lift and Snatch Brow Tint Pen, and I think this is ash brown. Both of these products I will bring because they're easy, they're lightweight, and I don't need to, you know, have to bring as well as a spoolie and all the good things, because this is like everything I need if I want to have it quick and dirty. Even though if this one is running out, I still can use this one. So this is a quite nice thing to bring, at least for me, my opinion. I could also bring a pencil, but I think with these two I'm set. Normally I would start with just the brow mascara and just go through my brows, and then, you know, this is like a spoolie and like a little bit of like giving color. This is giving me like coverage a little bit, at least, if you can see the difference between this one that has a brow tint in and this one that is not. It's just giving a little definition. So even if, you know, the other pen or the pen is running out, what could happen, let's keep that real, I have still this one, and this one alone is also quite nice. I think I'm not bringing something else like so. And that's just the brow mascara, and then I just fill that out with a little bit of brush strokes from my pen. And this one is like this combination I always use when I'm too lazy to bring my brow powder to do my work makeup. Just say, you know, that is always like a good combination. And just going in there and just fill in a few of the brows. Do have good brows, so it's not like I need to work hard with that. You can see a little bit the difference. This just makes a subtle difference, but it looks way more clean. I do look a little bit more professional, at least in my opinion. Don't quote me on that. And then just, like I said, I just brush that through my eyebrows. I could add in like as much color as I need to. If I do need more, I just can fill it in with this one. And so for this and this together, you know, there is a good balance, I feel like. So I have a little bit of definition and also a little bit more of brows, which is always nice. The next step would be primer. I was debating with myself if I would add a foundation or not, or if I just bring concealer. I did that before when I wanted to pack light in my case, then I just skip foundation as well as primer and then just use the concealer and just cover my imperfection a little bit under the eyes, and I was fine. This time I do bring my foundation as well as a primer. I do like both, that's why I will bring both. And by the way, the foundation I will use is the Charlotte Tilbury one. But first I will do primer, and the primer is of course my Milk Hydro Grip Primer. That is the one I do prefer. Pack that on and rub that in. I also put it on my under eyes so that everything is covered. This time I decided to bring a foundation because I do have a moderation job. So I'll do some moderation and talking for a lot of people, so that is why I will definitely need a little bit, not full coverage, but I feel like a little bit more put together if I add both of them. And then with that, just let it sink in a second. I will also add, of course, concealer. I normally do concealer before foundation, so this is what we're doing. And I will use this time, which I am super excited, the Revolution Eye Bright Illuminating Concealer. This one you already know if you saw my videos in the past. I do like this quite a bit, and I feel like that if it is getting hurt or anything, you know, it is just those sponge tip that I will be covered. You know what I mean? I don't need an extra brush as well to put that on because it does have applicator. I would bring the NYX, but the NYX one is just the pump, so I need to put that on somehow, and this one is just a little bit easier. I also will bring my beauty blender, or one of the Beauty X sponges I have. This one is from Shop Miss A, so I do like them, and I did repurchased them. I did repurchase them at the moment. Wow, this is quite messy though. Well, I would also bring a corrector indeed, but I will skip that because I did finish the Benefit corrector, and I don't have a small corrector on hand. Just doing a little bit of this. So for me, I will clean that up a little bit. That's the only downside to the product. First of all, the cap is not holding properly. It is quite messy. I know this one has no like stop like the Charlotte Tilbury has, which is a little bit sad. But on the other hand, again, if I lose it or it's broke or anything, you know, I wouldn't be that sad if like a high-end one would break. Just so you know. This one, and then I will just pat this out with the Shop Miss A sponges. Again, it is just a little bit of coverage, especially underneath my eyes. I had a Bare Minerals concealer, if I'm not mistaken, that was more of a corrector type of product. That would be great, but I think that was old and I, you know, throw it out because again, it was old. I will use, like I said, my Charlotte Tilbury foundation. It is my absolute favorite foundation at the moment, so I will definitely bring this one, and I will just like put it on the butt of the sponge just a little bit, you know what I mean? Doesn't have, just, I will build just a sheer coverage with this. I don't need a ton of coverage per se, so that's why I just want to bring a little bit in. Just a little bit more. Maybe I do need a corrector. Let's see about that. If I want to use a corrector, maybe I should, depending, but at the moment I will not. But if I will add a corrector, I will use my, let's grab that, my MAC Concealer and Correct powder is, I think, Studio Fix Concealer and Correct palette. There are a few shades as well as like a salmon-y shade for correcting, and then a few of like lightening shades as well as concealer shades. I feel though I could bring this as well. I'm debating about this and this one. maybe I will bring this one, maybe I will not. I will definitely use a little bit more of the corrector shade just because I definitely need it. I didn't slip that well. So, but do you ever? What I mean? Like, this is quite nice. It is also quite emollient, so it does blend in great with your skin. Don't have any problems with it settling or anything like this, so looking a little bit more awake, even though I maybe not. For powder, I will bring my Fit Me powder from Maybelline. This one is in the shade 100. This is just the powder I'm using at the moment. I don't want to bring like a loose powder or anything like this. This includes a mirror, which definitely you should bring, at least for me. I always need to bring some, but there is a mirror as well here, so, and a sponge if you need that, just so you know. And then I lost the sponge. I won't use the sponge, but you could if you wanted to. And again, I will of course bring brushes. I will of course bring a sponge. You know, like the normal thing you bring. I also think that I will bring that powder with me so I can touch up my makeup if I'm just too sweaty or yeah. Like, listen, just too sweaty. That's enough. I'm trying not to bring too many things, but listen, that's hard. Just so you know. I mean, I feel like I'm a makeup hoarder at some point in life. So it's not getting better here, just so you know. Okay, let's talk face products. I was debating to bring my bronzer. I will, I think, skip on that and just bring a blush and highlight. For me, that's just me, I do think that this one is giving me enough contour, or, you know, like, doesn't make me look like I'm coming right from the grave, just so you know. I was debating, to be honest, if I would have a face palette I wanted to use, but to be honest, I wouldn't. So that's why I picked this one. The trusty old Wet n Wild Halo Glow blush lighter, and there is a blush as well as a highlighter. And I thought that would be a great opportunity because, first of all, it is quite cheap, and second of all, if I lose it, if it breaks, I'm not like sad. You know what I mean? I did also bought the Bobbi Brown like duo that has also a highlighter and a blush, so could use that as well. But I thought, like, yeah, I didn't use it quite often, so I thought that would be a great opportunity to just bring that. And I feel like a glowy blush is always a nice thing if you're away. And again, you could add both, you know, like a blush, a highlight, and a bronzer. I just don't have a bronzer that is not like broken, so, and I feel like mostly, at least for me, because I am pale, if I have a blush on, I do look better, just so you know. Just maybe also adding just one brush for both. See, and now I don't look like I'm dead. That's easy, isn't it? That's just the blush, by the way. It's a glowy blush. I don't even have a face palette that has all three products I do enjoy, which is kind of sad, to be honest. But yeah, listen, that is super, super damn pretty. And now I will use just the highlighter and highlight a little bit. I can use the same brush. This one is an Abla brush, by the way. Maybe I shouldn't add that much, but no. Just add a little bit on the top, on the bridge of the nose, and then a little bit on the cupid's bow. Now I look like a little bit of burned because I used both products on the same brush. But yeah, indeed, that's the only thing I would add. Again, if you do love your bronzer and you don't need a blush, then just skip that. For me, I feel like this is doing great things for me. I don't look like I'm dead and everything is fine. So I feel like this is just the right amount, like, of, you know, blush that I don't feel like I'm looking dead. Let's come to eyeshadow. And the first thing I have to do, because I do have oily lids, is using an eye primer. And at the moment I am using the Manhattan Stay Eye Primer. And this one is quite uncomplicated because it doesn't have a color, so I don't need an addition like brush. It just have a little bit of coverage if you will, and you can just like tap it on and tap it out. I do that every day and every morning, and I feel like this is a great product. It is a no fuss product. I did set my eyelids a little bit because they were oily AF, you know, like so. And you know, you could set this or not depending on what eyeshadow you're using. So let's come to eyeshadow. For eyeshadow, I could have done every scenario under the sun. I do have a lot of colorful shadows. I do have neutral shadows. I do have one palette normally I am using when I'm traveling. That is the Maybelline Nude of New York, which is a great palette if you want to have different kinds of nudes, like warm toned nudes, more yellowy nudes, pinky nudes, you know, a lot of them. But I remembered, funnily, that which is kind of funny, because Agnieszka had like a YouTube video. You know, I am obsessed with her. I am sorry, I ever like mention her in every single video, but she had a video that she talked about small palettes, small green palettes, and then I remembered, listen, I could use them too. And I am deciding both of these. These are my Natasha Denona mini palettes. I just have these two, if I am not mistaken. This one is the Mini Gold, which is a greeny gold palette, and this one is the Mini Love, which I think is not around anymore, if I'm not mistaken. Could be wrong though. So, but I feel like with both of them palettes, I do have a lot of looks covered. If I want to go a little bit more neutral, I can use the Mini Gold because this shade is just stunning alone on my eyes. I could deepen up this one with this more, I think, cream to powder brown. I could go into a greeny direction. And I do have to say, I do like the Love palette a lot because it is stunning. You have both of these shades that are matte. I think that, yeah, this was the only thing to matte shades, but this one is a great medium shade for me. This one is great for deepening up. Then you do have a nice inner corner shade, which I appreciate. You do have this really, really pretty pink, and then you have a flip shade, which is this one that is going from, I think you can definitely tell, like it's going from more of a goldy bronzy shade to a pink. So if I want to add any of this, I could. Let's keep that real. And I thought, like, when I add both of the palettes, I have a lot of variation. I'm not like away for 2 weeks or something, but I thought that those two would be kind of nice. So I want to do a look with the green palette. Again, I will use both of them. I will bring both of them and I will use both of them. It just depends on what mood I am, I would say. Don't know why it's this hot today. It's just not nice. I will start with, like I said, a green palette. I think I will use the green palette more. I'm not sure. We'll see about that. But I will use this shade. Again, this is a stunning shade all over the lid, everywhere. It is just beautiful. It's a great tone. You know, a quite neutral tone as well if you want that. Again, I can appreciate that quite a bit. And I just will use that here in my outer corner. You do look good with that shade, by the way. That's why I also added that shade to the lower lash line, and now I can use the green, which is stunning. This one, the matte green, guys, I'm telling you. You could, of course, if you're at this step, add like a few of these colors if you like to. Maybe I add like this one as well, depending on how deep the green is. But yeah, I can't remember if you ask yourself. I did use the palette quite a bit when I got it, but then I had just 15,000 other palettes, and today it's really hot. It's horrible. Listen, you know, you can also just add this green and be done, you know. just like, or add the deep brown. You could add the deep brown all over, so you have a smoky eye. Like, I feel like these two palettes have a lot of color combinations you could add when you travel, and they're just really, really small and petite. So that is also a good thing. So damn pretty though. Again, like I said, great, nice palette, and so petite. And they are really, really small, which is amazing. And now I will add the greenish shade here. You could also like this duochromish goldish green shade as well, but I like to want to add this one just, you know, on the lid, so it is more of a green look. Again, you could go into a more neutral route. We're not doing that here, but I could, you know, that's the whole point of this look. I could if you wanted to. Definitely tell. I think that is so pretty. Let's go into the inner corner. For me, in this palette, I don't have an inner corner shade. I could use my highlight, or I could use the light shade from this palette as well. So I think I would use my highlight on the inner corner. I think this has a little bit more warmth, so just so you know. But yeah, I feel like this is so pretty. I will use my highlighter and the highlighter shade. Again, I could also use that as a eyeshadow as well if I wanted to. Would fit here quite nicely. Just so you know, you could do, I mean, that's just powder. You can use the powder everywhere. Doesn't matter where. And I think this one is quite like light. So like, look at this. That is looking great. And normally that is it. That's the whole finished look, and it's quite easy. You saw it is not a lot of time. I didn't spend like hours and hours to perfect anything here. So, and that's just the look. So that is just the finished look, I would say, for the eyes. That's it. Like I said, I could use every single eyeshadow I have. I could add in like this deep purpley shade as well, or the highlighter shade. Again, this one would look also pretty. I could just use these two shades as blush as well if I wanted to, but to be honest, the pen is just a little bit small, so I won't. But yeah, that is this. I will do a little bit steps off camera, so you know, I will use a mascara. In this case, I will take my, which is this, Zeesea Perfect Core Mascara. This one is quite neutral mascara. It is nice. I don't bring my MAC stack because it's on its last leg and I don't want to have it smudged everywhere. And I will bring lashes. Not sure which one though. I will put on lashes and then we come to lips, and then I'll tell you what lashes I will bring. Of course, then I will bring my lash glue as well. I added some lashes. These are the Scott Barnes lashes in SOCIA, the style SOCIA. I thought they would be appropriate for the occasion. I don't want to look too dramatic lash wise, so I feel like these ones are quite decent, subtle, like not subtle, like not too extreme. I could go that route too, so just so you know. And I think for lips, which is the only thing we have left, I think for lips, I will of course bring my lip liner. This one is Nude Beige by NYX. Yeah, it's Nude Beige, great. I learned that. So good about that. Just line my lips. Then I definitely will bring a more long-lasting lipstick, or like liquid lipstick, lip gloss. So we'll bring the Maybelline Super Stay Final Ace. I feel like I have 15,000 shades. I think I have 3, if I'm not mistaken. I will definitely bring like peachy and maybe bring cheeky as well. And if I am really nice, I will bring lippy as well. I do have a problem, guys. I do have a problem with lip products. So I have like every occasion, like a more neutral red, which is, again, it's just a, it's not really red. I think for this I will add peachy, maybe? Let's try with peachy. If it's not good, then we can put cheeky on top. I feel like these are holding up quite well. I mean, they are super, super damn pretty as well, so. And they're really comfortable. If I don't like it, or I'm like, I do want to wear something else, I can just add it to lip liner and I'm fine, you know. But I feel like these colors are quite universal. It's not too much. It is, I will not bring a full-on blown red or something like that, you know, because I think I won't use that. Yeah, that's the whole look and all the products I will bring when I'm traveling. Normally it's like, listen, you could like skip all of these if you're like, I'm fine, I'm just using mascara, lip balm, I'm fine. You could just skip foundation and primer and just use like a concealer. I did that before and I do it like a charm. Normally that's the amount of products I bring where I feel comfortable. It's not too less, so I feel like I miss something, or if something happening I can't, you know, have a full coverage face. I mean, sure, that's always what I'm like asking about myself. You know, it's like, it's a good amount, I feel like. Do you really need like 2 eyeshadow palettes? No, you could use one, but I'm like high maintenance and I do love colors, so you will definitely see when I'm away. I think on TikTok, if you're not following, then do that here. What look I am doing that day, how I feel that day, if I like to more like a pinky look, or if I want to add like more of a neutral look or a greenish look. So I have like options. And like I said, they're quite small, you know, quite small. They're not like heavy. I could add in a whole palette, but don't need to. You know what I mean. Could also add in like the New Mood from Beauty Bay, which is amazing. I do love the palette, and it has like colorful as well as neutral eyeshadows. You know, just however you feel comfortable. Like I said, I do love the look. It is quite simple, I know, but again, I'm on a work travel. You know, it's not like I'm traveling for fun or whatever. Like it's work traveling. So for me, that is, I feel like the right amount, that it's still professional, but also like fun and not over the top. I will not go in with a blue smoky eye and like lashes that are as big as my face. That's not what I'm doing, at least not on a work trip. Let's say it like this. Yeah, that is the whole look. What do you think? I hope you had a lot of fun to see what I bring when I will travel again in the close future. I hope you liked it. What are the things you would bring on a work travel day, or what products you will bring when you're traveling, especially for work? Did I miss something? If it's like something I need to know before I'm traveling, please leave it down in the comments below. And or maybe what I definitely need on my next trip, maybe a face palette that has a bronzer, blush, as well as a highlight that I like. Just saying. But yeah, what do you think about it? Leave it down in the comments below, and I will see you in my next video, and I wish you a beautiful week. Bye guys.